Hi, this is McBride, Hackworth Fellow at the Markkula Center for Applied Ethics at Santa Clara University, and I'm here with another video on the human right to housing and our homelessness crisis. In this video, I'll be discussing what shifted my mindset to believe in the human right to housing and why I think this right should be the fundamental basis for our understanding and approach to the homelessness crisis. My story begins in a small, well-off suburban town in the San Francisco Bay Area. Growing up in this environment, I was sheltered from the realities of the world. My parents always instilled a sense of communal responsibility within me, and we would frequently volunteer at food banks and food drives. While I would engage with the issue of homelessness indirectly, I never really had any direct interactions with homeless people outside of observing them while driving or walking around the Bay Area. It wasn't until I got to college that I truly started to engage with the issue. In the fall of my sophomore year, I took a class called Architects of Solidarity, which was focused on building solidarity with the homeless in our community. My first assignment in this class was to interview a homeless person. So I went out into the community and met with a homeless person named Gilbert, who lived in an encampment near the Guadalupe River in San Jose. Hearing his story broke my heart. And when I got back to my dorm, I just laid in bed in shock for an hour. He had struggled with drug addiction his whole life, and for the past 7 years, he'd become estranged from his family and was living on the street. Despite living without basic necessities and being forced to move often, he still talked about his desire to be a better and more compassionate person, and he talked about his struggle to make friends and build communities with others. This shocked and awed me, that someone going through all this could still even think and care about these things. As I went through the class, I heard more stories from people who were homeless, had been homeless, or were advocates for the homeless. The combination of these stories and my own research led me to the conclusion that overwhelmingly, the cause of homelessness are systemic, including the lack of housing and the inequitable distribution of wealth. I also came to see the pervasiveness of homelessness is a result of us as a community failing homeless persons. I understand that some homeless individuals are partially responsible for their situation, but the way we have constructed our system has set them up to fail. While it may seem like this issue is just so huge that it is unsolvable, all hope is not lost. By reaffirming the human right to housing and letting our rights-based focus guide us, we can start to implement reasonable solutions that will begin tackling the homelessness issue. We can start by modifying our zoning laws and allowing for denser housing, as well as prioritizing transit-oriented development and smart growth. We can start supporting and implementing innovative housing solutions, such as pre-built houses. We can start shifting the $30,000 per year per person that we spend criminalizing homelessness towards policies that actually work, such as housing first and permanent supportive housing. These are all things that we as a community are capable of doing. All it takes is the right focus and the right willpower. By making these changes, we will not only improve the lives of those experiencing homelessness, but also improve the flourishing of our community. Thank you for watching. This is the last video in the series, so thank you for following along. Or if you haven't seen the previous videos and are interested in learning more about the human right to housing, please follow the YouTube channel of the Markkula Center for Applied Ethics at Santa Clara University.